Our first kickoff performance as we present the 1991 Edmond Roundup Club 4th of July Rodeo. So we'd like to remind you throughout our evening's program here, of course, the conditions are cooling down a little bit, making it a little bit more desirable for our rodeo cowboys and cowgirls alike. But in addition to that, of course, without any organized cheering section and no pom-pom girls and no cheerleaders here tonight, we're going to ask you to be the noise makers. Anything you see, feel free to make us noise as much as you feel free to do. Let out a hoot and holler and a wow, yippee-yi-yay. We're here to get rowdy, wild, and western. It's Western weekend. So with that, let's let the good times roll. Have that good round of applause and welcome our grand entry riders. Here's our cowboy and cowgirls with our rodeo parade. And the leadership representing them are going to be... with our rodeo parade. The Rice Rodeo Company, the Edmond Roundup Club, let's dismiss them from the arena one final time, if you would. Tell them we appreciate them. Well, we know one thing is for certain. If the remainder of 1991 has anything to do with the beginning of the year, of course, the year literally started with a bang, with the trouble in the Persian Gulf, the Mideast crisis. Now, hopefully, and again, thank God we pray, that this crisis has once again been settled and the peace can be united. This time, ladies and gentlemen, a recognition of our cowboys and cowgirls who left the rodeo arena and served throughout the Mideast, and of course to the many Americans who took up the colors of the red, white, and blue. We say thank you very much as we now present our cowboy, cowgirl, and salute to America. Our flag presentation will be presented by Krista Morris.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, well, it's my
if you will, to the playing of our national anthem. In on our rodeo program here this evening. We'll make ready. We'll go down to the Cowboys and the Bareback Broncs. Many of our full-time traveling professionals will be making one rodeo every day. Some of them will extend that up into August and early part of September. This is the time when the competition becomes very, very keen. Indeed, it does. Now, realistically, to have a good shot at winning the world title, you need to be somewhere in the top 10, if not the top 12, to have a pretty good shot at making it. Of course, the way the World Championship is decided are based solely upon how much money a contestant wins, total dollars earned. That's the way we decide the world title. So you need to be right in the middle of the hunt at this time of the year. So if you're in the top 10, you have a shot at it. Number 6 is a good position. Here's the Cowboy with the drive. Bart McGuffin from Fort Worth, Texas. Well, he's going to do his part of the job. That, of course, makes the 8-second qualified ride. Our Cowboy's going to make it. The name of the Bronx was Outlaw Josie Wells. There's one of our good Cowboys. He'll be at the IFR. Things stand as they are. How about a good welcome to town? Mark McGuffin, good ride tonight. So, a little town up around Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I'll guarantee you a lot of top names in professional rodeo competition call Copan, Oklahoma, their home. Here's another one of the good ones, Cody Lemon. Gunsmoke's the name of the Bronx this Cowboy's drawn. But here's another one of our good Cowboys in international professional rodeo competition. A former all-around contender, he'd enter both and win in the bull riding and the bareback bronc riding. Now pretty much specializes in the bareback bronc riding competition. He recently, 3 years ago, in fact, won the International Pro Rodeo Association Rookie of the Year award for bareback bronc riding. You see the Cowboys here in our competition, many of them. In fact, one of the gentlemen that's going to be participating here tonight is currently in the lead for Rookie of the Year for the 91 rodeo season. The first year in rodeo competition, they're labeled as the rookies. They have their own labeling, their own classification and awards as well. But now a rookie is entitled to make the International Finals Rodeo, and of course, if they can win more money in their rodeo season in their particular event, they too are eligible for the World Championship titles. We hope each and every one of you will make it to the International Finals Rodeo downtown Oklahoma City. Beautiful Myriad Convention Center where the World Championships will be decided in all 7 of our events coming the 3rd weekend in January of 1992. The International Professional Rodeo Association is very proud of the move to Oklahoma City. The IFR has been held 20 prior years in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1 year they had taken a stint, went to Albuquerque, New Mexico. But of course now we think that we have become a permanent home and a permanent fixture here in the Oklahoma City area. So the Cowboys and Cowgirls at this rodeo, they're receiving their championship points that are going to help them, hopefully, of course, make the top 15 and qualify for the IFR. This rodeo, along with other rodeos, are going across the land. The International Professional Rodeo Association, with over 2,000 members, they may enter any rodeo they so choose as long as they remain a member in good standing. And, of course, the championship points come from those IPRA exclusive rodeos. Shoot 2, our Cowboys getting ready. Cody Lemon, Copan, Oklahoma, having just a little bit of difficulty getting bronc and rider all right and ready for the go at the same time. And the bareback bronc riding, as well as the calf roping, all the other events on our program, they will not actually begin the competition until the Cowboy himself has everything to his liking and gives the nod that he has everything so. They'll get everything right. They want, of course, to have a fair opportunity to show off their riding style and ability. Cowboys long been known for asking no quarter and giving of none. The only thing they ask, however, is fair opportunity to display their riding skills. The kind of animals that we use or employ in rodeo competition, if you were trying to sum them up with one word, it would have to probably be the name outlaw. These are the kind of horses that at one time, a lot of them were employed on some of the larger ranches, took a dislike for anybody on their back, and said they liked to buck. So let her buck with Cody Lemon, Copan, Oklahoma. And another one up and out, making a ride on old Gunsmoke, boy. Putting them all together, he had a heck of a time getting out. Now we got him, ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration. Former IFR contender, Rookie of the Year winner, Cody Lemons from Copan, Oklahoma. Now, the bareback bronc riding competition, here's the most physically demanding event in our rodeo program. Say, wait a minute, how about the bull riding? Well, it's a little bit more dangerous, but actually the bull for the Rice Rodeo Company, one of their award-winning champion bucking animals, he's been to the International Finals Rodeo. Many of the animals from the Rice Rodeo Company make the trip to Oklahoma City for the IFR. They select literally the tops in the business, and the Rices have a bunch of them. Our Cowboys have prize. Well, he reaches down with a free hand. He gets jumped over by a pickup man. He's up and he's walking. I believe he probably would like to hear your consideration if you give it to him. No score coming this way. To Oklahoma. Sugarfoot's the name of the bronc this cowboy is drawing. 72 points, winning the rodeo. Well, he's going to do, of course, the first half of the job. That's to get the Hoss Road. He gets the road from Marietta, Oklahoma. Our Cowboys, for your consideration there, you got him, Dale Falkenberg. He rides the Sugarfoot tonight. Riding competition. Next to the Cowboys on our program, Cody Sasobi. Here's a gentleman from Charleston, Arkansas. Miss Mossberger's the name of the bronc he's drawn. Here's Cowboy that this rodeo, in fact, every rodeo he competes in for the remainder of the 91 season are going to be important ones. He's currently ranked number 17. He needs a win or a place or a show about everywhere he goes if he wants to have a shot at the IFR. He's a rookie. This is the Cowboy that's currently in the lead for Rookie of the Year in a bareback ride. Here he comes, Cody Sasobi from Arkansas. Boy, he's going to do his job here at this rodeo. Made one last night. He'll be at another one tomorrow, Sunday as well. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a good hand clap to one of our fine freshman members in ISTRA. Cody Sasobi, good ride. Well, putting them all together, 71 points, pretty good what it is. The winner of the round, the lead of the rodeo so far, Dale Falkenberg, Marietta, Oklahoma. If you like the bareback bronc riding, how about a good hand clap for the winners and the also rans? That's all the bareback bronc riding tonight. Home from drum riding. Well, not so many years ago, if you could rope and tie in the 12 seconds, you were considered good. Then it got down to where someone was putting them into the 10 seconds. That was very good. Now the time will down when third one on our program. 9.6, they're good tonight. If you agree, how about a hand clap? Rod Carroll, Drum Ride, Oklahoma. 9.6, the Cowboys are roping quick tonight. Or, not as one of the IFR top 15 contenders, but rather as one of the Pepsi-Cola Youth Challenge. The International Professional Rodeo Association was bringing in at that time the top 2 cowboys from the Oklahoma State High School Rodeo Association. Here's one of the gentlemen that finished in the top 2 position in Oklahoma High School Rodeo, calf roping. So here we'll go now in the calf roping event here in our program at Edmond. Raising the floor by Ann, Oklahoma. 9-2's winning the rodeo. Well, Oh, the time on that one's going to be 11.011 flat. He breaks the barrier line, though, putting 10 to 21.0. 21.0 is the time for race with floor. Well, the time on that one's going to be qualifying step at this time, 12.0, 12 flats for Dustin of Wellsville, Kansas. To kick forward. A lot of arenas throughout the rodeo world. Greg Wyndham from Rush Springs, Oklahoma. The contestants from now on, of course, have their work cut out for them. As it stands now, 9.2 is winning the rodeo, 9.6 behind that. And then we go away, 11 looks like flat. That, of course, carried a plus 10, so a 12 flat currently is the third best time of the rodeo as it would stand. Again, we'll need a 9.1 or less to take the lead. Now, this rodeo, ladies and gentlemen, 3 separate performances. Before the total payoff will be declared and distributed, we'll have the conclusion of our Sunday night round as well. More rodeo tomorrow night. Our championship final round, of course, will be on Sunday evening. A fresh batch of contestants will be here and performing throughout the 3 different evenings. The ones that are here tonight, they'll be, of course, leaving their marks and their time. And then tomorrow evening, a fresh batch will be on town Sunday evening as well. So the Cowboys must do as well as they can when they compete. This will be their only opportunity. Our Cowboy this time to go will be Greg Wyndham, Rush Springs, Oklahoma. You'll notice these timer flags as you ride in. Inspect the tires. 3 legs must be in the wrapping. The time must remain good for 5 seconds. It does all that. The time level 13.2, 13 and 2 tenths this time. 9.2 is winning the rodeo. 9.6 currently on the heels and sitting second place as it would now stand. 44 total contestants will be featured in the calf roping event with a total payoff $2,480. Well, remember we told you, of course, the Cowboy needed to beat a 9.2. You can do that with a 9.1. That's what he does. Ladies and gentlemen, Creek, the new leader in the calf roping event, 9.1. Paul Carroll, Drumline, Oklahoma. Only 2 yet to go, and already tonight out of the first 8, we've had 3 down into the 9s. The 9.1 you just saw, 9.2 behind that, followed by 9.6 International Finals Rodeo. Larry Campbell of Slick will be the next to compete. I'd like to remind you about the programs that are being sold. They hand us an announcement. They're being sold by EARC. That's the Edmond Association for Retarded Citizens. Percentage of the gross goes to their association. The program's a souvenir, only $2 they are. The Cowboy this time, many times, IFR contender Larry Campbell, Flick, Oklahoma. Well, he throws to the top of the head and no catch, no time. Ladies, he's going into tomorrow night, Saturday evening, and our second round. 9-1 out front, 9-2 behind that, and then a 9-6. Well, we're going to have to tell you very quickly. He broke the barrier line. That's going to be a 10-second penalty. The time on that one, boy, 7.4 it would have been. Probably would have won the rodeo. There's the heartbreak story of the rodeo. You want to give him a good hand clap? You can. Around with. Let's give a good hand clap to find us the boss to all of the count of the rodeo tonight. Also riding in the stagecoach with him, the ride these gentlemen bought during the Taste of Edmond celebration, Jeff Repke along with Leo Nosenmeyer. Well, you can't be a mayor of Edmond without the prestigious belt buckle. We'd like to present that to him. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, very special thank you for the mayor for coming out tonight and being a part of our rodeo crowd. We've come from the mayor's office. We appreciate him very much. Mayor Shannon, thank you again. Bronc riding, they must make the ride to the qualified 8 seconds in order to be given a score. Now they ride with a saddle, but it's a unique type of saddle. This saddle does not have a horn attached to it. First of all, there's no reason. Were there one, there might cause an injury to the cowboy. But on the other hand, of course, they couldn't hold to it. They hold to a bronc rein. Here's our first cowboy. In the lead row, here's our next cowboy. And the second up and out, making his mark known as well. Looks like it'll be everything all right. We'll have a qualify. Here's a cowboy. It's a former International Finals Rodeo Top 15 qualifier. Also a cowboy that's been to the Indian Finals in Edmond, Oklahoma. This gentleman is placed in this rodeo in years to pass. He's one of them. The rest of them, of course, will have to beat if he gets everything right and ready. 68 points currently leading here in the saddle bronc riding competition. Of course, the lead can change in this event at any time. We would have, as we look through the list of contestants, now our contestants in rodeo, they're traveling. The ones that are going to be here tomorrow night and Saturday night, they're traveling. A lot of things can happen on the road. But if everything goes as planned on Sunday night, we'll have two-time world champion Justin Breaux here to compete in the saddle bronc riding. Well, just a little bit of a soft start there again. We'll get rewound, be ready to go here in just a moment with Roland Wager from New Mexico. Reminding you again, of course, about the good-looking souvenir belt buckles that are available. The belt buckles for 1991, they're available in the concession stand. Only $15 each. Again, of course, these are the 1991 series buckles, and this will be the conclusion of the series, if you like. So we're going to turn him around and get him back in the gate and have him here. Doesn't that look like fun? Now we'll go to the arena floor, see how the judges mark that. We'll have that for you here in just a moment. Well, the score on the ride, boy, it was wild. It was Western. It was a good one in the book. How about 74 points? He's going to lead the saddle bronc riding. 74 for Roland. We got a good one in the making. The president, Mr. Carl Benny. Arena director, Mr. Howard Barton. Here's our cowboy to go on the bareback bronc riding event. Get out. Our cowboy will be Derek Reeves from Fort Worth, Texas. Tomorrow and Sunday night, we'll have the Sooner Saddle Club. Now, that's an all-girls drill team, and boy, they're a fine one. They'll be here performing for you. We hope you'll make this your weekend at the rodeo. Make it a 3-night stand if you can. We guarantee you what you'll see each evening will be completely from the nights before. Due to the fact simply that we'll have a fresh batch of contestants every evening. Well, that's a heck of a way to spend your Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? That's all the bareback bronc riding. He climbs out from under him. Derek Reeves, Fort Worth, Texas. Well, that's going to conclude the bareback bronc riding as well as the saddle bronc riding. As it goes down, the winner of the round of the bareback riding, Dale Falkenberry, Mary, Oklahoma, 73 points. The winner of the round in the saddle bronc riding, Ron Wager from New Mexico, 74 points. Let's go now with the Cowboys and the steer wrestling event. The score on the last ride turned in 64 points, 64. That'll conclude the horse ride tonight. The next event on our program, here's an event a lot of times you'll hear referred to as the macho, sometimes called the He-Man event in rodeo. We call it officially the steer wrestling. Here's an event very unique in nature it is, from the start to the finish. First of all, there'll be two cowboys riding into the arena each time. Here's the only event on a rodeo program that allows the contestants to have an actual helper in the arena with them while they're actually competing. Tommy Duval will be the first on our program from Chakota, Oklahoma. Here in the steer wrestling event, here's an event that has drawn some 54 total contestants, second only to the team roping, which, by the way, has drawn 56 contestants. One of the reasons for the popularity, well, that's probably getting more into the place of the time on that one. How about 4.1? There's the kind of lead we like to see in a rodeo. 4 and 1 kiss for Manuel Neal. Jeff Beavers will be next on our program from Ozark, Missouri. Ozark, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, another one of our good international pro rodeo stops. Coming up the third weekend of the month of July. 4-1, winning a rodeo, 8-2 behind that. Then away as we go, 10.4, rounding out the three best times as we have them. The total payoff picture is determined by a couple of factors. One of them, of course, has to do with how much money is featured or offered in each of the rodeo purses for each of the 7 events. Sometimes, depending upon the total amount of money and the total highest marked ride, they'll receive the lion's share of the purse for that event, and then it will decrease for second place, decrease again for third, decrease for fourth, and on down in increments until, of course, the final whole has been paid. So just because you ride your bronc or your bull, or because you wrestle your steer or catch your calf, that, of course, still is no guarantee that you're going to be receiving any type of a money offering for your display of your talent in rodeo competition. Cowboy has to pay their own way. In addition to that, the entry fees are required as well. Early day bulldoggers would actually bulldog the steer. They'd bite them on the nose or the lip area in order to hold them stationary the way the catch dogs or the bulldogs of that era and time would do. And we've refined things a little bit in the arena when it comes time for the steer wrestling event. Now, more merely, you might say, than having to bite them on the nose area, these contestants wrestle them to the ground. For those of you that are wrestling fans, a lot of you may have noticed the type of arm movement that the cowboys make with the one arm underneath the neck of the steer, the other across the top. That, of course, in wrestling is referred to as a half Nelson wrestling hold. Cowboy this time, Terry Shadid, Choctaw, Oklahoma, next to compete here in the steer wrestling. Another time on that one, not too bad. 6'3", 6 3/10 per carry. Jerry Pippin, your turn. The next of our cowboys from Boynton, Oklahoma. Here's another good cowboy in the steer wrestling event. He's bulldogged a lot of them, put them to the ground in good times as well. Jerry Pippin from Boynton, Oklahoma. The Cowboys in steer wrestling now have their work cut out for them at least. 4.1, that's the time in order to take the lead here in this steer wrestling competition. A lot of rodeo yet to go on our program tonight. We're going to, after the steer wrestling, be featuring a driving display or presentation of our stagecoach. After that, we'll bring them in 2x2 for the team roping event. Then the counter-rolls and the clover leaf barrel racing, and after that, we're going to wind things down, if you can call winding anything down, with the ever-popular Cowboys bull riding. We're here in the thick of the hunt for the champion now in the steer wrestling competition. Cowboy on our program this time will go to Jerry Pippin from Boynton, Oklahoma. Steer number 8 is drawn from the Rice Rodeo Company. The type of cattle that are most commonly used here, the steer wrestling, you'll also see these same type of steers in the next event, the team roping competition. They're called the Mexican Corriente cattle. The presentation. You had an opportunity a little bit earlier on our program to see a good-looking stagecoach, and I think a Western version it is. It made its way into the arena. We're going to bring them back into the arena one more time, and this time give you a little bit of a driving display.
Yeah, Carl's on there. There you go.
Here they come into the arena, ladies and gentlemen, your Cowboys for this part of the town. Lonnie Shockley, the stagecoach driver. And riding with him, the president of the Edmond, Oklahoma Roundup Club, Mr. Carl Benning.
That's a steer out
Oh, don't let it come to the
Well, there's the stagecoach, the herd and no steer around.
Hold on, Carl.
You driving for us. Now, this is almost a lost art. Now, you can watch them, of course, they put the horses through the paces. Watch how they work the reins in the hands to have the control of not 1, 2, or 3, but all 4 of the horses are being controlled separately.
Looks like you're over there, Frances. You're sitting up there. You're really going.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, your cowboy. Stagecoach driver, long shotgun ride, shotgun with Mr. Carl Benny.
Ladies and gentlemen, also at this time, I would like to announce that tonight is Carl Benny's birthday. And we would like... Thank you. We would like to present Carl with a birthday cake. And if I could get you to help me sing happy birthday to him, we'll all sing happy birthday.
There you go. Come over on this side and get it running.
I don't know how old Carl is. Okay, one can sing happy birthday. Happy birthday today to you. Hope you have many more. Hey, Carl! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Thank you very much. And happy birthday to Carl Benny.
Good job, Lonnie. Phew.
Go to the rodeo, the team roping. And the no-hits go. And both the International Finals Rodeo and the National Finals Rodeo in the same year. Team ropers rope with what we call a loose rope. In no way may it be tied securely to the saddle horn, but rather after they sew the big loop, they'll draw the slack from it, then take a wrap or two, we call it simply a dowling, in order to draw the steer and the rope tight together. The cowboys will take a wrap or two around the horn. That's the reason you'll see the cowboys in team roping ride saddles with a rubber protective coating on the saddle horn. And in rodeo, 2 different times. Now, if they choose to exercise the option for the second entry, there is one major rule stipulation that goes with the second entry. They must make 1 of 2 major changes, that is, to change positions or to change their partners. In other words, if one of the cowboys wants to rope the horns each time, he's only allowed to do that if he ropes with 2 separate heelers. A lot of the full-time traveling pros will double up, double their chances of winning. One time one ropes the horns, the other time he'll rope the heels. A little close and almost, but not. Well, they're going to do it 5.8. How you like that kind of roping? 5 8/10. They're going to take the lead in the team roping. Now it's going to get a little bit quicker as the pace will hasten. We'll go to Mark Collins, Leedy, Oklahoma. His partner, Brent Fletcher, Elk City, Oklahoma. This event has drawn 56 teams. The total payoff, $5,540 alone just for the winners here in the team roping competition. The reason most commonly associated with the popularity of the team roping, they're not required to dismount to the ground the way the calf ropers or the steer wrestlers must do. So that, of course, allows the young ones and the old to compete alike. And another team up and out and down, flagged out with no time. Pair of IFR contenders, Jimmy Mills coming as rodeo, currently ranked 14 in a race for the title. Joel Maker, his partner, and a former world champion cowboy in the team roping competition. 3 teams yet to go during our regular performance here this evening. Still 5.8. That's the time out front, the time to beat for the lead. Well, the time on that, well, there's a close one, even an almost. 6.2 their time. That moves them good place in the second. Six and Todd Trump. Next to go here on our program, the team roping. 5.8 now out front, 6.2 behind that. And then we go just a little way, 7.1 to round out the field in the team roping. A rodeo, ladies and gentlemen, is produced by the Rice Rodeo Company of Beggs, Oklahoma. Rice Rodeo Company is a great deal more, you might say, than simply a man that has horses and bulls that like to buck and calves and steers that like to run. The Rice Rodeo Company is a family-run operation. The entire family is involved in it. When they come to your rodeo town, they conduct themselves in a very gentlemanly manner. All their employees do as well. You can be proud of them. We're proud of them. We're certainly proud and congratulate the Edmond Roundup Club on their selection of the award-winning Rice Rodeo Company from Beggs, Oklahoma. The team ropers this time, Rod Easley and Todd Schrump. Next to go in the team ropers. Well, with the men will be in no time. Coming into this rodeo, currently ranked number 3 in the race for the 1991 World Championship title in the team roping. His partner, Mark Fanning from Valdosta, Georgia. Here's the Cowboys, formerly of Oklahoma. Here's a pair of them. Many times they have roped at the International Finals Rodeo. Back, Mark Fanning teamed with his brother Tim and went west a couple of years ago and won the world's richest and largest team roping competition. So here's a pair of Cowboys. When the money's big and the pressure's hot, they can rise to the occasion. Nick Foreman, Mark Fanning.